Bueller.
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 And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak
What's up?
and Steve.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. We are reviewing the hit
Hi.
movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
IMDb states that this is a high school wise guy is determined to have a day off from school, despite what the principal thinks of that. That's like the shortest and most precise description that does not tell shit about this movie.
I think a shorter, more
Yep.
precise one is Ferris Bueller decides to take a day off.
Okay, yep, there you
Like
go.
the title. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wow.
That's why I was never.
No, this movie, this was one of my favorites growing up. I wanted to do this. Like, you always wanted to take a day off from school and
Oh,
go out and
yeah.
have a day like this. Like, but the setup of
I
the
said,
whole thing.
why? Why didn't we? Because we know we get caught and we get run into somebody.
Exactly. We were the sister. We were the sister. That's why we didn't do it.
I was an only child, so
I was too, but I'm just saying, didn't do it.
How does he have to? He can ditch and everyone else has to go.
Well, then that sounds like a you problem.
It's-
But anyway, it tells the story of Ferris Bueller. He plays hooky from school. He pretends he's sick, stays home, calls his best friend, gets his girlfriend out of school, and they go out into Chicago and have lunch, go see a baseball game, go to a art museum, and
partake in a parade.
partake in a parade. Almost get caught a couple times by Ferris's dad.
Yep.
The principal in this movie just he don't like Ferris for some reason. Like, he goes above and beyond what any principal would ever do.
Yeah.
to
There's no
catch
principal
Ferris.
going to find someone
Yeah,
on their day off. There's no way.
yeah. I mean, even back then,
Because Ferris is a continuous problem.
9 times.
yeah, just 9 times.
I've got it right here.
Yeah.
Not Grace.
Grace. Because Ferris changed his absence from 9 to 2 because instead of a car, he got a computer.
A computer. Man, I love this movie. Is so good. It's got such a great cast. It's so much fun. It's got Agent Coulson's wife in it, ex-wife in it. What's not to love?
Excellent.
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
That's right, folks. Jennifer Grey back on the market.
That's a good thing. How you doing?
She looks completely different now than she did 20 years
Well,
ago.
yeah, she had a nose job.
She
and
had
stuff
nose
like that.
job.
Yeah, and it's completely changed her face.
Don't care.
Hey, she looks better than Louis Anderson.
Don't care. Still
Or
nail
sorry,
it.
no.
Still nail it with a hammer.
He's
Just saying.
passed. I did not mean him. I meant
It's like, who?
no, I can't even think of his name now. He was the guy with Norm Macdonald in like that Bad Luck movie. He was on the Howard Stern show.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't in this movie, so we're moving on. So, I'm just saying.
Artie Lang. That's who I was thinking of. Artie Lang.
Artie Lang. Okay. There
Moving
we go.
on.
Moving on. Yeah, this movie it's I enjoy it. Like I said, it goes everywhere. The principal tries to catch Ferris. His sister tries to catch Ferris on this day off. Cameron has a nervous breakdown, and dude, they're in Cameron's car, and it's a Porsche, right? Or is it a Ferrari?
Ferrari.
It's a 2-seater. That's all I can tell you.
It's a Ferrari.
The GT 206 California Ferrari, which is over $3-4 million right now.
Well, Spoiler
but this was
alert.
this was almost 40 years ago.
Yeah, so it's only like a 40 grand.
No, it's still a couple $100,000 then.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Solid car.
At the end, there's a big growth moment for Cameron because he actually accidentally destroys the car, and he's going to take the blame for it. It's a great movie. It's a great growth movie. Mikey the Freak, tell us what you thought of this movie.
Oh, I didn't watch it. Yeah, the
God damn
everything.
it, Bebo.
God damn, he's always here somewhere. Yeah, I mean, this movie was one of my favorite movies growing up, and yeah, I agree. I always wanted to ditch school and just go do whatever the hell I felt like it. And every time you ditch school, you're always sitting at the house playing Nintendo. Not doing a fucking thing. That's how it was. You didn't do nothing. You just sat there. I'm ditching school, but I don't want to get caught, so I'm just going to stay here.
Stay
And if
home.
somebody shows up, I'm going to hide in the closet.
Yeah. We were even scared to go play basketball at the basketball court.
Yeah.
Somebody may drive by.
A cop's going to come by and say, "Hey, well, kids, why aren't you in school?" We're like,
Yeah.
Whatever. That's just how small our city was. So we knew all the cops at that point too. But yeah, a lot of good cameos, great cast, fun,
Great soundtrack.
intriguing. Huh?
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, boom.
The what I thought was so cool is the elaborate scheme. Like, he has planned this out. Like, it would take me years to plan this shit out, and it seemed like he's planned this out in like a couple days, with the mannequin and the snoring machine. Figuring out how to get Sloan out of school. That I thought all that was a pretty good elaborate hoax and ruse to make it work.
And this was one of the first movies that I think I saw that broke the fourth wall. Where he actually talked directly to camera most of the movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think I actually agree with that. Yeah, I think this is probably the first movie I ever watched where he would talk into the camera. And of course, this was '86. So, I mean, of course, when it came out, I was really young at the point. But I don't remember many movies back in the '80s that would talk and break down that fourth wall barrier. And I think it made the audience feel like they were skipping school with him.
Yeah.
Which I think that what made this movie pretty popular, even in its time, and still popular to this day. Mm-hmm. It always is. But yeah, the elaborate, the baseball game, swing, bada bada, swing, bada.
I say that to this day. You can't hit it,
swing, bada. Yeah. But yeah, very quotable movie, just popular through the test of time. But I loved every bit of this movie, just everything. So, what about you, Steve?
Who's Abe Froman?
The Sausage King.
The Sausage King of Chicago. Hey. I love this movie. But I tell you right now, you give me everything that he had for that snore with the mannequin and the baseball and the weight and everything. And you put a gun to my head and you say set it up, and I'd be like, pull the trigger. I'm not smart enough to figure that stuff out. I absolutely love this movie. This is, let alone the first movie that I remember breaking the fourth wall. This is one of the first movies that I remember having a post-credit scene.
Yeah. You're still here.
In which Deadpool has the greatest post-credit scene, because it's just, and I laugh because I always said that if I made a movie, my post-credit scene was just going to be me hiring Matthew Broderick to redo that scene, just shot for shot, word for word. And then Ryan Reynolds just went and did it in Deadpool. And I'm just like, I mean, not that I'm ever going to make a movie, but it's like, well, now I can't, because now it's already been done. But no, I love this movie. As I mentioned before, it's a great cast. It's a great lesson. It's a journey. It's life. It's what you go through. I said to you guys before we started recording, but it's like you go through life wanting to be Ferris Bueller, but in reality, we relate the most to Cameron Fry.
Very true.
Or we have a friend that's like Cameron Fry. I am Cameron Fry. it's such a fun movie though. You get Mia Sara, and I can only think of two other movies that she's been in. I won't say what they are because I'm pretty sure Mikey the Freak will talk about them later. I see him.
She's
So
so
they
hot.
are.
She's so hot though, in this movie.
I only knew of one until I went on IMDb and I said, "Oh yeah, that's right, she is in that movie."
But I love it, and I really just want to say the two movies that Mia Sara was in. I really love it. It's got a great cast. Obviously, Matthew Broderick. You get Jennifer Grey. Fun fact: while they were on tour promoting this movie in Ireland, Matthew Broderick killed a guy in a car and got away with it. You get Jeffrey Jones. You have Charlie Sheen. It's such a fun movie. And it's a great quotable film. And who doesn't love the "Shake It Up" by the Beatles?
So
Shake it up,
Twisted
baby,
Shout.
now.
Sorry, Twisted Shout.
Twisted shout.
So tell me, so Steve, tell me, out of the whole movie, like, what is your favorite scene out of that movie?
There are so many good, but it's just probably any scene with the secretary, because she just absolutely that Ferris Bueller, he's one righteous dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, the kids absolutely love him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really love Grace, but I don't know. Probably if I really had to pick it, it's gonna be the opening scene with Cameron, with him in the bed and him in the car. Those are probably my favorite scenes. I knew a guy named Cameron, and he probably hated me for it, but when I saw him, I'd always go, "When Egypt was in Cameron's land, let my Cameron go." So I enjoy the movie. I love it. It's great. I've been watching it since I was a small Steve. Watching it now as an old Steve.
Let me give you this.
Since you asked Steve, my favorite is the twist and shout scene.
Kevin,
what's your favorite?
What's your favorite scene from the movie?
My favorite is the twist and shout scene, the dance scene.
Oh. Yeah. Hey,
Mikey, what's your favorite scene,
man? What is your favorite scene in the movie?
Thanks for asking. Mine is when the principal, Jeffrey Jones, gets the flowers that are supposed to be delivered to Ferris Bueller, and he honks the horn and goes, "Honk, honk, honk, honk," and he goes, and he goes, "Come here, little pooch, you little fucker."
I take it back.
That's the best one.
My favorite scene, and let me see if I can get it right. I heard that you were feeling ill, headache, fever, and the chill. Well, I'm here to restore your pluck, because I'm the nurse who likes to.
Yes.
Yeah. Great scene.
Just so many great quotable things. Like, the more you think about it, the more quotes. Like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm a professional.
I love how
a professional
what?
I love how
gummy bear.
Yeah, they're in my pocket. They're warm. I love how throughout the day somebody actually climbed a water tower, just to save Ferris.
Oh yes,
on the water tower. Oh,
well, just the whole thing, and even Christy Swanson making a big stink out of all the stuff that she was making a stink about. Like, even her with like the one line of like, my boyfriend's sister's cousin's nephew's roommate saw him fall at the disco arena. Like, it's pretty serious. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
they paid her for that shit. Oh, and Yabo was in this. Max Pellick, the one that the Gleam in the Cube guy we talked about on our last podcast.
Oh, okay.
With the spiky hair, he's in the back of the class.
Okay. Are you talking about Gleaming the Cube with Christian Slater?
Yeah.
I absolutely love films with Christian Slater. They're like the absolute best, man.
Awesome.
Pump up the volume, Cuffs, Broken Arrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving Hunters.
Moving on.
Move.
We're going to move on to Red. Jesus Christ.
Actually, it's Young Guns 2. I play Dave Rutabaga.
Ratings. I'm
Next.
going to rate this a 9. I would absolutely recommend this to anybody, any age, especially kids in school who want to skip school. I would love for them to watch this movie. I know technology has caught up with this movie and surpassed it, but still, great movie. Great freaking flick. Love it. Love this movie.
Great look. The guy is brilliant.
Good.
Mikey the Freak. How would you rate this movie?
Why is it always got to quote Back to the Future? Yeah, no, I'm in the same ballpark, man. I'm in Wrigley Field. 9. Solid 9. I love the movie, the cast, the cameos. I mean, Charlie Sheen actually plays a pretty good cameo as a drug addict, and he was probably like that normally at that time. So they probably just had him come off the street
I was gonna say,
on the couch.
I don't think he needed much makeup.
I don't think he did. I think he was strung out on drugs at the time. Sorry, Charlie, if you watch this. Yeah, it's one of those that I would recommend it. It's fun. I love Matthew Broderick and a lot of his movies, and I'll go over that a little bit later. But it's fun, exciting. A lot of these actors in their prime, Matthew Broderick, Jennifer Grey, they're all coming, and even Mia Sara, all coming off big movies to get this. So it's one of those to where it's fun, exciting, it's friendly. You even start singing and you can start dancing to twist and shout, and realize the whole parade is up on this. So it was pretty fun, and also a memorable scene is where the two guys steal the Ferrari and they're jumping and you see them go.
Yeah, great scene. Yeah,
that was so good. So realize they probably drove 100 and 200 miles on that car. So, but yeah, solid 9. What about you, Steve?
9.
Yeah,
solid 9 out of 10. This movie's damn near perfection. Absolutely love it. I don't need to go into any more because I've already said my bit when I was talking about the movie.
Awesome. Well, do you happen to have any fun or interesting?
I got some great fun and interesting. I can't talk. I got some fun stuff. To produce the desired drugged out effect for his role as the drug addict in the police station, Charlie Sheen stayed awake for more than 48 hours before shooting the scene. How about that, Mikey the Freak?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So he didn't need much makeup.
Cindy Pickett and Lyman Ward, who played Ferris Bueller's parents, married in real life after filming this movie. They later divorced in 1992.
Oh.
Didn't last long.
John Hughes told Ben Stein, who had a degree in economics, to present an actual economics lecture in his scene. Hence, nothing Stein says is scripted.
That's good.
That's funny.
Anybody? Oh. Speaking of ad libs,
we all had a teacher like that too. Let's be honest. We all had at least one teacher like that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of ad libs, when Grace tells Rooney he's a righteous dude, it was not in the original script. She ad libbed the line in her best Chicago accent.
Good job. I like how she kept pulling pencils out of her hair too.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, her pretending to be Rooney during the phone call was also improvised. I have a feeling there are lots of improvisation in this entire film.
I would imagine so.
Lots of long facts. Mia Sara actually beat out Molly Ringwald for the role of Salome because, according to John Hughes, she had elegance. According to Ringwald, John wouldn't let me do it. He said the part wasn't big enough for me.
Ooh.
I don't think that Molly Ringwald would have been good at it. She was a good princess in Breakfast Club, but it's a different kind of princess in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and you still have her in the other movies with John Hughes too. So,
and I'll leave it with this another good ad lib. Rooney's line about leaving my cheese in the wind was ad libbed, as John Hughes wanted a comment that was complete nonsense.
Alrighty. Well, I do have some movie memorabilia.
Kevin or Bearded Geek,
Yes.
do you happen to have any fun and interesting things for the film?
What the F did you just say? I have some movie memorabilia, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Here, let me cover your face there. You can pick yourself up a license plate from the BAM box. Ferris Bueller's Day Off license plate prop nervous Matthew Broderick for $15 and $6.15 shipping.
Where is that the license plate of the dad?
That was on the car. That was on the Ferrari.
Back of this one.
Yeah, it was on the back.
It's a Ferrari, Bearded Geek.
Yeah,
It's a Ferrari.
I got to get that license plate for my wall.
You could get a Hot Wheels Ferrari 250 California Ferris Bueller Day Off Real Riders.
50. I was way off.
Yeah, for $92 for a fucking Hot Wheel car.
For $5.30 shipping.
Yeah, and $5.30 shipping.
That's not bad. $5.
Or you can get yourself a graded VHS Ferris Bueller Day Off.
9.
It is a 9 to a 9.5, even though it just said, oh no, it says 9 or 9.5.
This is 9 mint.
And then
9.5
9.5 on the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
For $9,500. But it does come with free shipping. It does come with free shipping.
It better.
So, yeah, no effing crap. So, Mikey the Freak, what do we have for some related reels?
Let's see. There's not a lot of actors that did anything in here,
Steve
so
is back
this
on
will be pretty quick.
Steve is back on the submarine.
All right. So I did go with Mia Sara. So tell me if you had these two movies, Steve. So Mia Sara in Legend.
Yeah, and the other one stars Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Time Cop. That's it.
That's right.
I
She
forgot.
was in Time Cop. I totally forgot that.
Yeah, and
You see her naked in Time Cop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I gotta go. Yeah, so I liked her in Legend. So she did Legend right before this. So Legend kind of opened the door for this part. That's how I feel. Because she did do a good job in Legend. And if you haven't watched it, it is a good movie. Corny, but it's a good movie. I went with Jennifer Grey. And I did have a fun fact that she did just get divorced to Clark Gregg from Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's pretty funny. They were married for 20 years. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite movies, Dirty Dancing. I mean, it is a great movie.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody. Red Dawn, which is also Patrick Swayze, so that's Dirty Dancing too.
And you get Leah Thompson.
Oh yes, no, I didn't put that in here. With Charlie Sheen. Okay. And then American Flyers. If everybody haven't seen that, have you ever seen that movie, Steve? I don't think Bearded Geek has.
No.
So American Flyers is pretty good. You have to watch that. It's about bicycle racing, which was big in the 80s with the Tour de France and all that stuff. So it's actually a pretty good movie. I did do Alan Ruck. I have a couple for him. Speed and Twister, which we did in one of our other podcasts. I loved him in Twister. But he did a lot of one-off television shows. The biggest television show I remember him in was Spin City.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Fun fact, Alan Ruck was in the movie Kicking It Old School with Jamie Kennedy, and they actually make a Ferris Bueller reference in that movie. In that movie, he is Dr. Fry.
Yeah,
and when Jamie Kennedy comes out of the coma, the parents get the medical bill, and he goes, "Listen, I know all about high bills." And then he looks to the side and he goes, "I never did finish paying off that Ferrari." So they make a legit, like straight Ferris Bueller reference. Jamie Kennedy's Kicking It Old School. Alan Ruck plays Dr. Fry.
That's so funny. And then the last one I did do was Matthew Broderick. Tons of good movies. War Games. The Producers with Nathan Lane. The Cable Guy. Project X. And one of my favorite movies, war type movies enactment. Glory. I liked him in Glory. If you've ever seen it, it's a long ass movie, but it's Civil War movies. That's probably one of the better ones out there.
No Godzilla.
No, I didn't put Godzilla on here either. But yeah, he does a lot of stage shows too. Like he's a big stage actor on Broadway and stuff also. So still with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Steve, you look like you want to add something to this.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep this a very PG show.
Okay.
I could make several jokes though about Glory.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I do believe we are coming to the end of the Back to the Retro review. So, Steve,
please,
where can people find you on your podcast?
Before we fall down a black hole, let's go ahead and continue on with the show. You can find me on a you can call it weekly, bi-weekly. I don't even know when I released the last episode of the last podcast you'd want. It's me and my buddy Travis talking about movies, sometimes playing games, sometimes talking about other things. I don't know. You can find it on every major podcast outlet that's available for your earbuds. You can also find us on YouTube at The Last Podcast You'd Want, where it's me doing those episodes and me doing unboxings of the BAM box. Also in the movie Red Dawn, featured in the BAM box, C. Thomas Howell. Other than that, my name is Steve. Thank you for coming. Tip the wheel, try the staff. I'll see you next week.
Well, as we do come to a close, please do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumbing. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Tell us what you thought of this movie. All right, guys. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, keep it retro, everybody.
Peace.